All right. Stefan's been working on that all morning long. But we about ready. Yesterday, a very big offensive game. Was not expecting that type of game offensively with two guys who have not pitched well against each other on the season, uh, or who have pitched extremely well against the opposing team on the season. Both starters did not pitch well. Ponce did get the first win of a foreigner in the postseason, but he gave up 6 runs in 6 innings. So, yeah. Weiss on the mound. Weiss also had a really good season this year. He did not pitch well against Samsung at all. He did not pitch well against Samsung, and Chaewon Tae did not pitch well against Hanwha. So both of these pitchers did not pitch well against the opposing team, which means they're probably going to end up pitching extremely well today. So who knows? But the first pitch is in there for a strike, and we are officially underway, ladies and gentlemen. Kim Ji Chan, 200 in these playoffs. I don't know what I did yesterday. Yesterday, 1 for 5, and that's a strike on the outside, and it's now 0-2. So digging around, one of the things that found about Weiss is something that I haven't personally heard anybody talking about. As that's misses up and out. Weiss was 16-5 on the season, which sounds really, really good until you start looking at the non-playoff teams. He was 10-1 against. A swing and a miss in the dirts, and the throw over to first, and just like that, the first strikeout of the day for Hanwha on the first outs. So he was 10-1 against non-playoff teams, and you could even go down to the top 6 teams. He was 6-4 against. So has not pitched particularly well outside of LG. Has not pitched well against the playoff teams. So Kim Sung Yoon steps in now, looks at a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. Weiss does have a little bit of issue with some walks, 69 walks in the season in 178 games. That's misses up and outs right on cue. And then he also did have quite a few problems with walks against Samsung. 5 games, he was 2-3 against Samsung, only 26 points, 2 innings. As I think he went around there. He did. A very emphatic call over there by the third base umpire. After a very emphatic call by Che Jae-hoon behind the plate. But 15 walks against Samsung in those 5 games. That's a swing and a miss, and another strikeouts for Weiss. And he is dealing early, ladies and gentlemen. These lefties are swinging at pitches at their feet, and Weiss is quickly a 2 away on 8 pitches with 2 Ks. That's going to bring up Gu Jahook. Gu Jahook is who I think everybody should be watching today, as that's a strike on the outside. Weiss does struggle against the number 3 hitter in the league. The number 3 hitter in the league is hitting 295. That's misses outside, 1-1. The number 3 hitter, actually, you could go back to the old the song 369, and you've got Gu Jahook in the 3 spot as he swings and misses at that as he's halfway to first with that ugly looking step into the box, step into the bucket, step into the tire, whatever you want to call it, swing. But yeah, 3, 6, and 9 hitters do hit well against Weiss, as that one is fouled away. So 363, 295, 217 out of the 6, and a 203 out of the 9th. Everyone else hits under 200 against Weiss in on the season. So as the 1-2 is fouled away again. It is important for Samsung to get the pitch count up because there's no Moon Dong-ju today. Kim Saw-hyun looked awful. So And the 1-2 that's rolled over. The first baseman will grab it and take it himself, steps on the bag. And 1-2-3, go. The Samsung Leonaise. We go to the bottom of the first. Weiss looking good to start. Okay, same lineups for both teams. Same lineups for both teams. Didn't have to do much changing at all. Yeah, I mean he did look good. Again, the first inning is his downfall. 267 is what opponents hit on him against in the first inning. The next, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's great start. But at the same time, Ponce had 2 strikeouts in the first inning and a 1-2-3 inning also. So let's see what happens. Oh, Shewante out on the bump. Exact same lineup, exact same everything today. Again for Samsung, also defensively. For Hanwha offensively, the exact same lineup. Okay. So Sonos up leading things off, had the big double yesterday, the RBI double that's tied the game. Shewante in the postseason, 2 games, 6 innings, 1 win. A completely different outings. He pitched in relief against NC, ended up walking a batter, throwing a ball, and coming out. And then he pitched against SSG and had the first win of his entire KBO postseason career, which says a ton because he played when Nexon and Kium was really good and then went to LG when they were really good, and now he's with Samsung. I don't know how many years he has not made the postseason, honestly. As Hanwha's fireworks and smoke is going to cause a little bit of a delay here. Welcome, Jim. All right, just Sonos up. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. And Sonos up. The big double was his big hit yesterday. And the 0-1, that's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman is going to scoop it up, throws to first, and 1 away. Shewante is not a strikeout guy. Only 109 strikeouts in 124 innings. Again, did not pitch well against Hanwha. 2 games, 0-2 on the season, 13.1 innings. But his stats were just about the same as every other team. So it's not like he was exceptionally awful against one team, as that's up and out of the zone. 1-0 to Liberato. Liberato, big game yesterday. I was on base, I believe, every single time. I might have not just been on once. Yeah, once, a 2 for 3 with a couple walks. As that's going to be lifted to left field. That's going to go. And goodbye, baseball. A quick 1-0 lead for Hanwha off the bat of Mr. Liberato. Huge starts for Hanwha. They have got to get out early. They got to get out big against Samsung. Because again, that's that bullpen for Hanwha might be a little scary. All right, Moon Bin now steps in. Looks at ball 1 up high. And this is the Chaewon Tae that most people were expecting in the other game. So here comes the 1-0 pitch, sets up right down the middle, fouls it into his foots. Yeah, no 1-1. Yeah, again, Chaewon Tae in his career has been one of the worst postseason pitchers in the KBO. He did give up most of his home runs. He actually gave up on the season. He gave up 13 home runs. He gave up 3 of them to Hanwha. As that's way up and outside of the zone. That's 2-1. But it's the same way with Weiss. Weiss gave up 13 home runs and he gave up 4 of them to Samsung. So Moon Hyun Bin, the big bases clearing double yesterday. 2-1 pitch. And misses up high, 3-1. Chaewon Tae has a lot of issues with walks. 63 walks in 124 innings. He gave up 3 walks in 13 innings to Hanwha. Yesterday, walks were big in the comeback for Hanwha, as the time is called. Three one pitch sets up on the outside, just catches the outside, and we're treated to our very first full count, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, a friend of mine today, she's at the game and she went to go get a new uniform. As the 3-2 is up, popped up, shortstop out on the grass, and under it's 2 away. Friend went to the game today, so she got herself a new uniform, and she couldn't decide who to get. Who did she? Her choices were Yu Hyun Jin. What is No Shiwan or Moon Hyun Bin? And I said Moon Hyun Bin. There's no question. All right, the 0-1 pitch. No Shiwan. This is the guy that I would have to watch for Hanwha as he lays off of that. Number 4 hitters against Chaewon Tae, hitting 426 against him. Number 4 hitters hitting 426 against him. Also, righties are hitting 275 with 8 homers against him. Swing and a miss as he's way out in front of that one, though. I don't know why anybody would get a No Shiwan uniform. He's going to be gone in a year. All right, to the 1-2 pitch. Pops him up. Center fielder Kim Ji Chan under it. And 3 away, but not before Liberato puts Hanwha up 1-0 on a opposite field, a solo shot. Yeah. Liberato, opposite field homer. Let me know. I'll send him a message. So pretty small pitch counts there to start from both pitchers. So that's what they want, minus the fact that one team is up by 1. 14 pitches from both pitchers in the first inning. But I wouldn't worry too much You got Hanwha's bullpen looks shaky, especially without Moon Dong-ju. All right, we're back. Just the hats and make it fitting for a beautiful stream. Oh, Diaz will lead things off. Yeah, Samsung has a terrible bullpen, but their terrible bullpen has played in the playoffs before. As Diaz looks at a strike on the outside, and it's 0-1. The thing with Samsung's Samsung's lineups is they're all lefties. They're almost all lefties. Is that just misses? Where Hanwha's bullpen is almost all righties. They only have 3 lefties. As Diaz turns on that one, but into the netting, and it's 1-2. Weiss going 9. That's that would be awesome to see. I would love to see a perfect game, a no hitter. All right, the 1-2 pitch to Diaz sets up way outside and up. Diaz lifts that one. That's gonna go, but in front of the warning track is Moon Hyun Bin, and that's 1 away. I thought we had a repeat of Liberato right there. Yeah. So again, like I was saying, is most of Samsung's batters are left-handed, but most of Hanwha's bullpen is right-handed. The only 3 left-handers they have is Kim Bum-soo, who was yesterday. In Hanwha Stadium is also Hitter's Park, as that is a foul to straight back on ball 2. But no, there's no rain in the forecast until next week. Through the 10-day forecast, there's no rain at all. At least that's in Daejeon. I don't know about Daegu. I haven't checked, but probably not. Is the 1-1 misses low, ball 2, 2-1. So Wang Jun-seo and Go Dong-uk are the only 2 lefties in the bullpen outside of Kim Bum-soo. Kim Bum-soo pitched yesterday. Would he be able to pitch again today? So, yeah, who knows? But the 2 guys are both in their second season. As the 2-1 pitch sets up on the inside, way, way outside. 3-1. Kim Young-un, 667 in this series. And he swings and fouls away ball 5. Runs the count full. First full count of the day for Samsung. They had a ton of them yesterday, but they were all strikeouts. As that is lined over the jumping second baseman, and there goes the no-hitter. There goes the perfect game, and the first hit for her Samsung puts Kim Young-un on first. Thank you, Hanguk Wangja. I think that's supposed to mean Korean king or Korean prince. All right, no hitter is over. There's no pressure left now for Weiss. EJ Hyun, a solo shot in the 9th inning yesterday. This is way up high. Want to know? The ultimate Korean impersonation, Stefan. 100% knee-jerk reactions. All right, 1-2 pitch. Checks over. He slides back. Yesterday, this was a strike him out, throw him out double play. That catches the outside, 1-1. 3 home runs for him in this postseason. 1-1 pitch sets up on the out, checks over again on the runner. All right, we'll do this again. Sets up on the outside, and he ropes that one, but into the netting, and it's 1-2. Oh, Weiss mainly is going to feature 2 pitches. He's going to throw his fastball most of the time, 149, and then off of that, a slider 25% of the time. He does also throw a curveball 12% of the time, and then a sweeper 10% of the time. I don't know why they're classifying, slider versus sweeper. All the differences is the break is and Kim Jong Un has to have his dad over there at first base. I'm sure Arpo will come in. Man, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside again. Misses way inside and a swing and a miss. Third strikeout of the day for Weiss. And it's 2 away. Oh, front door slider. Young Un is standing on first base. Oh, Hong Hyung Min is not up, but Kim Tae Hoon is that is one of the changes. Not a change, but get that a change. To Kim Tae Hoon is he started yesterday also. He hit the solo shot against Ponce that's put them up 6-0 or 6-5. That's misses up high, 1-0. 29 pitches. Here comes oh man. And then they have Isang Gyu, a right-hander, if they need a right-hander off the bench to play the outfield. The 1-0 misses outside. That's the thing with Stefan. I don't know if you notice the little intricate details, but almost all these guys throw right-handed, but they bat left-handed. The reason is because they can be closer to first base. As the 2-0 is going to be a little bloop. That's going to be trouble. That's going to drop down. Liberato is going to cut it off, throw over to seconds. But as Kim Jong-un heads on over to third, they've got runners at the corner with 2 outs. Yeah, it's a very, very lefty heavy lineup. If you look at Hanwha, so Moon Hyun Bin bats lefts, but I'm pretty sure he throws rights, I think. Yeah, throws rights. You got the shortstop or the second baseman, bats left, throws rights. You have Ido Yoon, Wang Young Mook. They all bat left, but to throw rights. As Kang Min Ho swing and a miss there, 0-1. He has not had a good postseason, ladies and gentlemen. One hit, I believe, in this entire postseason. It was a big one. He's had a couple sacrifice flies, but that won't go right here with 2 outs. Just, oh, wow. Somehow that was called a strike by the ABS system. That must have had a loose stitch on the ball that caught the corner. Yeah, it missed the second part of the zone. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up way outside, throws it in the dirt. It's a great save by Che Hoon to keep the runner over at third base. Doesn't save that. So Kim Young-un is coming home to tie it. All right, the 1-2. As he fouls it into the glove, he's not able to hold on to it. Stays 1-2. 21 pitches now for Weiss in this inning. In baseball, it's 100% the fact that first base is closer for a lefty. As Kang Min Ho fouls that away, just gets a piece again. Here we go. The 1-2 pitch sets up way outside again. This time he pops it up. A right fielder comes running in, calls him off, and makes the grab. That's his 3 away. They leave a 2 on after 2 singles. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 1-0 Hanwha. Yeah, it's 100%. You're closer to first base. If you watch a lot of Korean baseball players, they do what we call stepping in the buckets in the U.S. You're always taught to stride forward. Hanwha or Samsung 100% has the pitching advantage in game 3 and 4. No question at all, Jim. So in the U.S., you're taught to stride it towards the pitcher, and that's where because you can drive the ball to center. In Korea, you're taught to step towards first base, and so that you're already headed that way. But yeah, so Hanwha, the big reason is so Hanwha has to win these two because you have Hanwha using their 1 and 2 pitchers. Samsung is using their number 4 pitcher in game 1 and their number 3 pitcher number 3 pitcher in game 1 and their number 4 pitcher here in game 2. Samsung will have Won Tae-in and Hirado pitching against Ryuhan Jin and Moon Dong-ju. So a huge advantage pitching wise will go to Hanwha, or will go to Samsung in Daegu. Like not even a question at all. So Hanwha will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. All right, so Chey Sung leading things off. Had the biggest single 2 RBIs to put them up 8-6. Got the extra run off of the Kim Sung-yoon error. Yeah, today is a must-win for Hanwha. They do not want to go to Daegu 1-1, as that's in there for a strike, and now this count is 1-1. Yeah, Hanwha, they should have easily won game 1. The fact that it was such a battle is not a good. Is the 1-1 pitch, pops it up, center fielder, right fielder calls them off, and that's 1 away. Yeah, Hanwha, obviously their lineup is set better. Or I don't want to say their pitching rotation, I should say. Right. Yeah. Sam's. But Jung Se, Weiss and Juan Tayin both have an ERA of 4.05 against the other team, as that is slashed up the middle for hits. And Hanwha has their first official base runner after the Liberato home run. And this is a repeat of yesterday. This is a repeat of yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. Second inning. Number 16 ended up leading off this and there he goes. Got to show his fiance every time he comes up to bat. So close, Kiwi. You caught that, huh? As that is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. So this is how I keep from ever saying it. Like, even it's listed here as number 16 as he holds off there. Yeah, definitely. Samsung should have won yesterday. Errors cost them the game. I mean, Garabito's misplay on the Sonos up ground ball. That was the game. That was the game changer. It's a throw, not a throw over to first. Samsung fan mixed in there in the middle of with a Kia fan. As the 1-1 pitch right down the middle, 1-2. Notice you don't see any previous seasons uniforms. All Hanwha's fans just started watching between last year and this year. They probably couldn't tell you who the names of the numbers up on the walls were, as that was way outside. 2-2. Shewante, as far as innings go, this is a pretty bad inning. Nothing compares to next inning. Next inning, they hit to 362 against them in the third inning. As here we go, the 2-2 pitch. Throws it in the dirt. He's going to go to seconds, and yep. Runs the count full, 3-2, second full count of the day for Hanwha. Not only that, the ball gets away in the dirt, and that keeps the double play from being able to be hit. What a punchable face, even when he's running. And then having to hear that song in my ear. And the 3-2 way up high, ball 4. A repeat of yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. The second baseman got on base. Kim Tae-yeon got on base right again. First one there gets the shot. All right, to Che Jae-hoon. He is a ground into double play candidate. That's a strike at the bottom of the zone, though, and it's 0-1. No, not quite at all. As the 0-1 inside out swing, that hits the bag, and that's going to be an infield. No, they get him at first. Doesn't have the wheels. doesn't have the wheels, does move both runners up a bag, as that is how Samsung's postseason is going. As Diaz behind the bag to field it instead of coming up and charging it a little bit. Hits the corner of the bag, bounces, but Yuji Huck was over there. A quick underhand toss gets the very, very light footed, if he was on Mars, catcher. As that is thrown into the dirt, the good balk by Kang Min Ho saves a run, but it's 1-0. Oh, you got your runners at second and third, 2 outs now. Little mound visit here, and he's thrown a couple way outside. All right, here we go. 1-0 pitch to Shimu Jun. Yesterday had a double. That was the double right before Sonas up knocked him in to tie the game at 6. And the 1-0 pitch, broken bat, ground ball. Third baseman picks it up, throws over to first. He would have been out anyway, as the runner almost ran into him. But that's will take us to the third inning. It's 1-0 Hanwha. A couple left on in that inning for Hanwha also. Juan Tahin and 28 pitches, 29 pitches, 28 pitches. Weiss again had a rough inning there. He is sitting at 37 after that's 23 pitch second inning. Yep. Top of the lineup. Samsung is going to have their 9-1-2, so they're pretty much about the same. Again, both teams have left 2 runners on base. The difference is Hanwha has the one that couldn't get left on base because he knocked himself home. Yeah, Steven, that was close, but it wouldn't have mattered because Kim Tae-yeon, I think Kim Tae-yeon might have bumped Kim Young-ung over at third base when he was fielding that ball, which would have caused him to be defensive interference anyway. All right, to top of the third inning. Weiss out there, 37 pitches. He'll face the 9-1-2 hitters. And here comes the first pitch from him. He bunts it to almost to my apartments. That's how crappy that bunt was, ladies and gentlemen. And it's 0-1. Ryuji Huck not have a hit to end of these playoffs, and that's misses way outside. Weiss is gonna throw 100+ pitches, just like Ponce is. That is lined but foul. 0-2. And 1-2 misses outside at 2-2. Leo, the Leones. Thank you, Jim.
지민 플라 슈퍼채티드 $10. 더 KBO BUNT.
The BUNT. Even the Konglish lady can't say the word. Jim single-handedly keeping my electricity bill going. Thank you, Jim. As that's fouled away, and that's misses up high, runs the count full. Another full count, ladies and gentlemen. Second full count of the day for Samsung. They singled in their last one. Here we go, the 3-2 pitch. Way outside, and he walks the number 9 hitter / the leadoff batter. That flips the lineup back over with a ton of speed. All right. Kim Ji-chan has struck out in his first at-bats. Oh, Kiwi, I should make a shirt like that. But you should have I in. Oh man, I'm gonna let this beauty come out. I think someone should make a t-shirt where they have a cup of tea and they're dunking BU in it. As he drops the bunt down, but it smacks into Che Jae-hoon's mask, and it's 1-1. I mean, that just sounds like an amazing, like literally just dropping BU in some tea. Man, somebody get me on a marketing team. As they throw over to UG Huck, who's easily back in. Weiss in the second inning. Opponents hit 217 against him. Or sorry, the third inning. And the 1-1, that's going to be a ground ball past the diving second baseman. He will hold up at second base, though. And that puts runners on first and second with nobody out. The second baseman had to shade way over to first base because of the possibility of a bunt, and because he's left-handed and he's not able to make the play, which would normally be a routine 4-6-3 double play, is now not. That's going to bring up everybody's favorite time, the sacrifice bunt. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Kim Sung-yoon pulls it back, but it's high. 1-0. We'll see if this pitcher listens. Well, he left. Then he went to the Royals, I believe, as UG Huck is having issues. He had issues yesterday with his ankle, where he kind of stepped on the plate, the base odd. Oh. Tengu, you better get the bat ready. You're supposed to be playing outfield. How are you not in right field right now? But yeah, I mean, I think he learned control. He pitched with in the Royals organization. I know that. And then he went to Taiwan and he pitched really, really well in Taiwan. He only pitched for like 2 months or something like that. Not a lot, but he had an ERA of like 2 in Taiwan, but they didn't bring him back. And then he went to play indie ball. And then again, Hanwha re-signed both of their starters last year, which was an awful idea. I talked about that in my preview show about re-signing those two guys was awful idea. And then he came in to replace Sanchez as the 1-0 pulls it back and then slaps it ball 72 as that was so far out of the zone. It should count for more than one. Yeah, he's done pretty well with controlling it. So, I mean, he is still giving up basically 1 walk every 2.5 innings. 69 walks and 178. And that one is in there for he bunts it. What is this? This is just comical. As he watches it right down the middle. Oh, a failed bunt means he's going to have to swing now in the 1-2 as he slaps it, and that's going to drop in left field. They're going to hold him up at third, and that's why you don't bunt, ladies and gentlemen, as the bases are loaded with nobody out. All right, now bases loaded, nobody out. No, that's what he does, Jim. He hit like 360 in the regular season. As Gujahook steps in, he rolls over that one. He's going to throw to seconds to get the outs, but a run is going to score on the 4-6 putouts. And it is tied up at 1. So Gujahook will be over at first. Kim Ji Chan over at third for Diaz. This is the matchup I want to see, ladies and gentlemen. Diaz, plenty of power, loves hitting in Dejan versus Weiss, who gives up quite a bit of home runs as that misses inside. Ball 1-0. 14 pitches in the first inning for Weiss with 2 strikeouts. Second inning had runners on first and third before getting a flyout. Ended up throwing 23 pitches. He's thrown 16 so far this inning. Well, he can't hit a grand slam. And so, yeah. There's only 2 runners on, say he, as he fouls that one right into the glove. 1-1. Man, I was ready to retire. I was ready to upgrade the Damas to a Mercedes Sprinter van, Kiwi. .324 versus Hanwha, 6 home runs, 19 RBIs. Rips it foul, 1-2. Not when it's fully wrapped with screens and a grill inside. No. Zero vibes. as that turns on it, but just foul. He knew it off the bat, too. We only upgraded. Yeah, Kiwi. All right, the 1-2 pitch to Diaz. He was just out in front of that one. Yeah, another 1-2 pitch. That is going to be ripped. That one is going to drop right on the line. That's going to score one. Diaz is going to truck on over to second base. And Gujauk is held up at third, though. And that's going to be an RBI double to put Samsung up 2-1. The better question is, what the hell was the first baseman doing way out there? What the hell was the first baseman doing way out there? All right, that's why he led the league with RBIs. Yeah, he should have been back by the first base. He should have been right by the pitcher's mound is where he should have been. As Kim Jong-un steps in, that is a pitch that he should have been putting closer to my house than home plates. That was right down the middle. Kim Jong-un hitting 750 in the playoffs so far with a hit today. Runners at second and third. That's up the middle. That's going to score at least one. Are they going to bring Diaz home? And they are, and that is going to make it 4-1 Samsung. As Kim Jong-un clears the bases with a 2 RBI single. And that is gonna hurt. Why is my button not working? That brings in EJ Hyun, who also looks at a strike right down the middle. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Lays off of it, but it just does catch the bottom of the zone. Wong Young Mook warming up in the bullpen. Or sorry, not Wong Young Mook. Wong Jun Saw. And he lays off of that, but it catches the outside corner, and he strikes out for the second time today. 2 away now for Weiss as he will run into the number 7 hitter. Oh, yeah, I know. 한국말 해요. All right, Kim Tae-hoon looks at the ball one almost at his feet. Arpo's here. That means Samsung's going to start blowing it. Arpo, you know if Hanwha comes back, you have to leave, right? Because it will officially be your fault. As the two Hanwha fans stuck in the middle of the Samsung fans, that is a picture right down the middle. The two Samsung Hanwha fans stuck in the middle of the Hanwha fans are. All right, the 1-1 pitch to Kim Tae-hoon. That misses low. 2-1. Kim Tae-hoon, a 1-for-1 on the day, singled in his last at bat, just last inning. 근데 세이는 키위는 대전에 있어요. 스테픈은 전에 대전에 있었어요. That misses down and in. And then I live in Daejeon. "66 pitches already for Weiss. Here comes pitch number 30 in this inning. 3-1 is grounded past the diving as second baseman, and Kim Young-eun is heading over to third base. And another hits for Samsung, puts runners on the corner again. Bringing up Kang Min-ho in the same situation he was yesterday or last inning. Just last inning, you had Kim Young-eun with a single, and then a strikeout from Lee Jae-hyun, and then a single from Kim Tae-hoon moves Kim Young-eun over to third base, and that brought up Kang Min-ho. Arpo, you keep your money. You need it to move when you finish your Sunung. All right, here we go. Kang Min-ho is swing and a miss, just like last inning. 68 pitches for Weiss. This is a lot of trouble for Hanwha. The question now is Chaewon Tae has been sitting for 30 minutes. As the Samsung is batted around here in the third inning. The 0-1 is popped up once again. The second baseman out under it. And they leave another 2 on, the same 2 they left on last inning. And that's will take us to the bottom of the third. It's 4-1 Samsung. Woo. Batting around in the third inning. Let's see. Whew. All right, so we're back. Bottom of the third now. Kang Min-ho, 2 straight innings where he left runners on first and third. They'll have the top of their lineup, though. This time they'll be up there with a behind. Sonos up, leads things off. Chaewon Tae throws the ball way out of the zone. This is the thing here is Chaewon Tae is just sat for 30 minutes while his team scored 4 runs and batted around. How is he going to pitch now? Hanwha's got to at least get 1 run back here, as that's in there for a strike. They've got to get at least 1 run back here. Chaewon Tae sat for a very long time. They have the top of their lineup up. Samsung has a ton of momentum, as that was fouled away. 1-2. If Hanwha does not get 1 run back here, that is going to be a huge issue. They've got to at least get some base runners as the smallest amount of things that they could do to help Weiss. They've got to get some base runners here. As the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside. A swing and a miss, and the first strikeout of the day for Chaewon Tae. Yeah, say I got everything. I assume, yeah. Up at the top is strikeouts, color coded. You've got the bat behind the player. A swing and a miss there, and it's 0-1. Is the player up to bats? Up. All right, it's 0-1, and that just misses outside. 1-1. Look who's a bigger fan than all of you guys making her trip to the game. Yeah, another 1-1 pitch. He goes down and lifts it up. Right fielder Kim Sung-yoon under it, though. And that's 2 away. It's still early, huh, Stefan? It's still early. Stefan just spamming bad to raise his I don't know, whatever you want to call that. His fan badge, his ranking. Moon Hyun Bin popped up to the shortstop in the first inning. And the 0-1 pitch here misses outside. 1-1. That boy's like, why am I here? I want to play Roblox. Yeah, another 1-1. Did he go around? Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, and 2-1. 148 on the gun there. Chaewon Tae, again, I talked about it. He's not a hard thrower. He's not a strikeout guy. Fastball 47% of the time, only 145. Then a changeup off of that 15% of the time, cutter 14, and then a slider 11% of the time. Is whatever that was so far outside that nobody was swinging at that. And now it's 3-1. 1, 2, 3 inning here would be huge for Samsung. They only had 1 all day yesterday. A 3-1. Misses outside, and he walks him. Walking him to get to No Shiwan is a questionable decision. And the number 4 hitters on the season hitting 426 against. 426 against. There's a solo shot. There's a shot for No Shiwan on the 30th. When he hit his 3rd consecutive season with 20. He would actually be in his 4th consecutive season, but he ended up having an injury when he only had 18. Juke is very angry all the time. As Vats is in there for a strike. Yeah, and it's 0-1. Juke, juke, juke. And then say if you look now, like next to Moon Hyun Bin's name is the little black dot shows he's the one on first base. All right, the 0-1. That's turned on, but it's foul. And it's 0-2. That's the thing is No Shiwan, he hits whenever there's either nobody on or there's two outs. That's what he does. Yesterday, two outs, had a double. Two outs, had a single. One out, inning double play. Here we go. The 0-2 pitch. Right-handed batter, right-handed pitcher are going to throw it in the other batter's box. Let's see. Where does he set up? Oh, he sets up outside. And he catches him sleeping on the pitch on the outside corner, throwing the cutter, breaking it back off. And that's will be a 3 away. We'll go to the fourth inning. It's 4-1 Samsung. He was expecting the pitch to go in the other batter's box, but he threw the cutter to catch the outside corner, catches him looking. And yeah. But Weiss is now Weiss has got to come back out there after being out there for 30-something minutes, sitting at everybody's favorites, 69 pitches, 14 in the first inning, 23 in the second inning, 32 in the third inning, where Samsung batted around. Samsung will have the 9-1 two-hitters coming up just like last inning. Again, Kang Min Ho has made the third out in the last two innings with runners on first and third. That is not a good captain work, ladies and gentlemen. All the fans is sitting outside. Oh, there's a foreigner, ladies and gentlemen. As the first pitch is fouled away. I wonder if that's the guy that told me that there was a Hanwha shop near my house. Misses outside 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Ryuji Huck is way outside, ball 2. He led off last inning with a walk, came around to score. The 2-1 pitch in there for a strike at 2-2. But Kiwi, aren't all people that go to baseball games quite often, aren't they all a little odd? As the 2-2 pitch way up high and outside, ball 3 runs the count full. He did have a full count last inning where he walked. The 3-2 pitch, and that's a rolled over, but it's foul. Stays 3-2. No, you can't take him out now. You got to let him throw 90 to 100 pitches That's another ball for a walks Yuji Huck for the second straight inning to lead off the inning. As we flip it back over to the top of the lineup and Kim Ji-chan. Jo Do-nook warming up, and everybody's favorite souvenir giver, Ju Hyun-sang. Little toss over to first. And Jo Do-nook, I think if another player gets on, another batter gets on, I think you've got to take him out and bring in Jo Do-nook to face the lefties. As that's in there for strike on the outside corner, 146. And Weiss a 202 against him in the third inning. Sorry, the fourth inning. So again, the first inning is his worst, then the third inning, and then the fourth inning. As that's going to be a ground ball right to the second baseman, throws to the shortstop, throws to first, but not in time because he is faster than light. And the 4-6 putouts makes it one away. It was almost hit exactly where last innings the single was hit. They didn't pull him over this time because they weren't worried about the bunt. You got to catch that with your bare hand, Shimu Jun. Kim Sung-yoon looks at ball one low. 1-0. With a runner as fast as Kim Ji-chan, you've got to make that catch, that toss with your bare hand so that you can, you don't have to worry about getting it out of your glove. For a league that learns how to play watching highlight reels, that's a fundamental thing there. A 1-0 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Throws over to first. He is easily back in. Kim Ji-chan, a ton of speed. He missed a lot of time with injuries twice this year. Weiss needs to put on the summer uniform. As the 1-0 pitch to Kim Sung-yoon. Slapped over to the left field, and another single from Kim Sung-yoon puts runners on first and seconds with just one out. Woof. Ton of speed on the base pass. Kim Ji-chan and Kim Sung-yoon both score on a double. Gu Ja-wook. That misses outside, ruining his arm. What do you think, Stefan? As interpreter threw his sunglasses down, had to run back out there. It's very surprising, actually. So in years past, so since Subaru came to Hanwha, they've had a translator for every player. So every foreigner has their own translator, their own personal translator. It seems that the translator for Ponce and Weiss is the same guy, because that was the same guy that was out there yesterday when they were having issues with the umpires. The 1-0 is right down the middle. I think they just went out and said they had to translate to throw strikes. I think that's what it is. It's not the fifth inning, Harpo. Yeah, the 1-1 pitch ripped right to the first baseman, throws it to the shortstop, and another ground outs by Gu Jauk, but runs the runner over to third base. He eliminates Kim Sung Yoon again. Brings up Diaz once again with runners on the corners, but this time at 2 outs. Looks like he threw up in his mouth a little bit, if you ask me. All right, to Diaz, a RBI double in his last at bats. Scored a run. And he turns on that, and that's going to be trouble. Drops inside, and that is 2 outs. So he should be running hard. And what is he doing? Good Lord, Gu Jauk. 1 run is going to score, but man, did they blow that again, as Gu Jauk shouldn't be anywhere near a baseball field. They do get 1 run, but awful base running and awful third base coach. I'm gonna say right now that's probably the third base coach, because the third base coach was way, way down the line. But anyway, they get another one. It's 5-1. Yeah, I am going to guess that. Yeah, I have to make a guess that that was on the third base coach, because the third base coach was 2/3 of the way down to home plate, and it looked like he put up a late stop sign. So I don't know exactly. I don't want to say one way or the other, but it definitely looked like it was a third base coach issue, giving a late sign. Yeah, I mean, they got their 1 run. That is a big run, because now they are set up. At least the grand slam would only tie it instead of giving them the lead. But yeah, with Weiss again, you're gonna have Kim Young-un, who has been extremely hot coming in the top of the 5th inning. Kim Young-un, EJ Hyun. So you're gonna have lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. They got to get some money to pay for the fine that they're going to get from putting a bunch of premium seats on the tables instead of whatever the handicap seating. Oh, Weiss gets helped out there pretty big. That's misses up high. I'd love to see a replay. Can we get a replay of what happened sometime? Oh, Che Sung flew out to right in his first at bat, 0 for 1 today, but he did have a good day yesterday. I would say he's the one that won the game for Hanwha, as that's misses, and it's 2-0. Had the two RBI single to put them up 8-6, and then knocked in the extra run that put them up 9-6. So it ended up being the game-winning run, as the 2-0 misses low, and he again tries to walk to the first base dugout for some reason. Nah, not at all, Jim. Samsung bullpen gave up a bunch of runs yesterday. A 3-0 right down the middle. 3-1. Yeah, again, Samsung's bullpen gave up 4 runs yesterday. That is ripped, but foul. Runs the count full, 3-2. Third full count of the day for Hanwha. And the 3-2 is rolled over. Third baseman steps back, grabs it, a throw in time. 1 away. All right, finally we get a replay. Kim Tae-yeon with a great throw. Yeah, that's all on the third base coach. Yeah. That was all on the third base coach. And that is going to be another little bloop single from the second baseman. In a situation that has no pressure, he is there. Well, that's because there's no pressure, Stefan. They're down by 4. Nah. Swing and a miss there. Nah. That single changes the win probability by 0.001. That is a fouled away, 0-2.
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Jeju Hanwha fan. All right, the 0-2 pitch. That is turned on, but will get foul. And 0-2. 근데 제주 한화 팬은 근데 전에 보통 한화 생명 이글스 파크 갔어요? 네. 아마 우리 전에 만났어요. All right, the 0-2 pitch sets up way in the other batter's box, and he fouls it into the hand of Kang Min Ho. Oh, it did not. Thought it got his hand, but it got his thigh, his inner thigh there. That's not the guy you want to take out, Stefan. That's not the guy you want to take out. He's the guy that's left 4 runners on already as he almost takes out his head. And it's 1-2. And that's a fouled again. Again hit him. This time I think he got his future. Nope, got the other side. Well, the good thing about that is if you hit both sides, then you stop thinking about it as much. All right, the 1-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside. Holds up, and it's 2-2. A good at bat here by Taegung. Because the biggest thing is he's getting that pitch count up. 14 pitches now for Chae Won-tae in this inning. 14 pitches in the first inning, 14 pitches in the second inning, 15 pitches in the third inning. This is going to be pitch number 15 here. in the fourth inning and giving Weiss a little bit of time to cool down and regather. As the 2-2 pitch sets up right down the middle. That one's ripped. Foul. I thought that one was fair, but just missed, I guess. Kim Tae-yeon walked on a full count in his first at-bats. I will say the stands don't look nearly as cool without everybody being in orange like yesterday. As check over on the runner. What's going on? We haven't gotten a view of his fiance. He got a hit, and we didn't get to see his fiance. The 2-2 pops it up, but it's foul. Here comes the 10th pitch of the at-bats. Look at the old John Goodman of the KBO over there at the right field line. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and that's a big strikeout. A 10-pitch strikeout on a ball 3. 좋아요. 근데 올해 시즌권 사지 않았어요. 예, 그리고 한화 올해부터 한화 팬 아니에요. 그냥 KBO 팬 됐어요. Che Jae-hoon steps in. First pitch is a swing on a golf shot. And it's 0-1. 네, 올해 몇 경기 보러 갔어요? 몇 개? All right, the 0-1 pitch just sets up right down the middle. And that's going to be rolled over. Third baseman will grab it, throws across the diamond, and that's 3 away. They leave another one on. They've left 4 on. As we go to the 5th inning, it's 5-1 Samsung. Chaewon Tae suddenly. Oh, thank you. 네, 모든 아마 이번 주 플레이오프 경기 중계 방송 못해요. 근데 한국 시리즈 모든 경기 중계 방송 할 수 있어요. All right. So Jeju Hanwha fan is an old school fan, ladies and gentlemen. He's been going to the games for many, many, many years, going to many away games. So one of the old school fans that can no longer get tickets, just like most of the fans that were around before the last couple years. Only 62 pitches for Chaewon Tae through 4 innings, guys. We'll see who comes back out. Does Weiss come back out? I think Weiss is coming back out. Just exactly how Stefan wanted it. You'll get the 5, 6, 7 hitters. Nope. Weiss is done. Jodon Uku is going to come out. But not only is Jodon Uku out, probably the greatest catcher of all time if you didn't have to catch or hit, is now back behind the plate. And the first pitch is way outside, ball one. Joe Donuk out on the mound, the left-hander almost hits him in the face, and it's now 2-0. This is another one of the young guys. Again, the second year in his league, he was the number 2 pick in 2 years ago draft. Wang Jun Saw was the number 1 pick for Hanwha. The second and the 11th pick is what they were in the draft. Is that misses, and now it's 3-0. So he is out there. Lefty, one of the lefties. Yeah, you got the all-star catcher back there, as that's ball 4, and he walks the first batter. Once again, that's the 3rd straight inning that they have walked the first batter. This time on 4 straight pitches, ladies and gentlemen. Good Lord. 제주팬 휠체어 필요해요. 휠체어 있으면 근데 모든 경기 보러 가요. EJ Hyun, check swing there, but it's foul. He did finally throw a strike, though, guys, as that one was a strike. Still one of the best songs. And in the 0-1, fouled away 0-2. Bringing the lefty to face the lefties, and he gets an 0-2 count against the righty. As that's going to be a ground ball. Tosses to the second baseman, throws to first, but not in time. As a repeat of the last inning, not able to turn the double play. You said it, Jim. When I say it, I'm just an angry ex-Hanwha fan. When you say it's logic. A swing and a miss. Kim Tae-hoon, a 2 for 2 today. Couple singles. Both times, Kim Young-un was on first base. This time, EJ Hyun is going to be on first base, and they check over on him. So we'll see what he does with EJ Hyun over at first. EJ Hyun, the shortstop, versus the third baseman, versus Kim Tae-hoon, who's a left fielder. And that was an ugly swing on a pitch in the other batter's box, and it's 0-2. Just throwing slider, slider, slider. Slider, slider, slider. Yeah, another 1-2 pitch way outside at 2-2. Fairly well. Again, Samsung, but again, most people don't think about Samsung is their Pythagorean win-loss, which says more about it, the taking away the luck, is that's going to be a ground ball to the right side. And for the third straight time, he's got a single to put runners on the corner. A man just hits singles, ladies and gentlemen. That brings up Kang Min Ho for the third time. The third time this game, he has come up with runners on first and third. The first two times was with 2 outs, and he popped up to the right fielder and then popped up to the second baseman. This time, there's only 1 out. Ken, as that's going to be it for Jo Dong-wook, as he's going to bring in, I believe, Joo-hyun Sung to probably give up a home run. All right. Again, I believe Joo-hyun Sung will come in to face the righty here. Nope. The spaceman, Jung Woo-ju, will be coming in. Stefan, I told you, playoff teams, he's 6-4. Non-playoff teams, he's 10-1. He does not pitch well against the better competition. And I'm not saying he's not a really good pitcher. He is a very good KBO pitcher, but against the better teams, he's just not very good. Oh, Jung Woo-ju out there, 51 games, 53 points, 2 innings, 3 wins, 0 losses, 3 holds, 285 ERA, 82 strikeouts, 31 walks. He has given up 6 home runs, though. So he's given up a home run every 9 innings he pitches. Against the Samsung, let's check his stats. I don't have everything written down because I'm not a very good caster. 6 games, an ERA of 2. Does have 1 hold, 9 innings, 6 hits. Has given up 2 of those 6 home runs were to Samsung. Kang Min Ho. This is up high, ball 1. Do you need to come to the Church of Dreads, Stefan? As that's in there for a strike on the outside, 152. The Church of Stats and Logic. Look at all the bugs flying around Dejan. As here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss at a pitch up at his eyes. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 fouled just straight back on ball 3. 1-2. Samsung really needs to get a hit here. At least, well, I don't necessarily hits, but they really need to get another run here to put them up by 5, keeping that a grand slam doesn't tie the game. This is the 1-2. Hits him. Well, if you can't hit, you might as well get hit. 네, 한국어로 괜찮아요. 제가 읽을 수 있어요. 네, 영어 하지 않아요. 제가 한국어로 말해요. 근데 보통 중계 방송하면 근데 영어로 근데 영어 말하는 사람 듣고 근데 이야기하면 한국어로 이야기해요. As that's in there for a strike to Yuji Hyuk. Bases loaded now. Kiwi's here, so here comes the comeback. 6 pitches for Jiang Ju. As that's fouled away. 0-2. Yuji Hyuk, 0 for 0 today. Walked in both of his at-bats. Scored on one of them, but then was eliminated on a 4-6 ground out in the other one. So third is straight inning that your number 9 hitter is getting an at-bat, so that's not good if you're the other team. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. That's up on the outside. Fouled away. And the stay is 0-2. Stefan, welcome to the long-time Hanwha fan thinking. You never went to the stadium expecting a win. You always went to the stadium expecting a loss. And therefore, when you did win, it was that much better. That's way up high, 1-2. Yeah, welcome to the old school Hanwha thinking, Stefan. Besides, everybody knows Kiwi hoards the hopium. He has an extra room in his house just for opium. Hanwha fan, KT fan, Hanwha fan. As that's weights on that curveball. They're able to get a piece and foul it away, though. The black one that I have is the best one, Kiwi. Sets up on the inside, just at the waist, fouls it in. And just keep fouling away, fouling away, fouling away. Is that the one that you put up and it changes? Cheongju Hana Byung-won. All right, the 1-2 pitch, bases loaded here for the number 9 hitter. Now way outside at 2-2. Yeah. If he's winning, he's nice. If you're losing, then he's the angry one. As the 2-2 fouled away again. Yuji Hyuk just keeps fouling away all the good pitches Jung Ju throws. I think it's usually before the game. So I think usually before the game, it's the nice one. And then during the game, it's the mean one. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on ball 3. Gets the outs at 2 outs now as they flip the lineup back over to Kim Ji-chan. Yeah, I think as far as the mascots go, I think they only do the on or the off one. I think it's off is the nice one. And then when the game's on, it's the on one, as Kim Ji-chan fouls that away. Man, it's 0-1. Kim Ji-chan, a 1 for 3 on the day. Struck out in his first at-bat, single and a run scored, and then a 4-6 ground out as he scored again. The 0-1 just misses outside, 1-1. Jung Woo-ju thrown 16 pitches already in relief here because of Yoo Ji-hyuk and that strikeout. Here we go. The 1-1 pitch rolls it over. I think he hit his foot. 제주팬은 후디 마스코트 언제 켜요? 근데 야구 시작하기 전에 커요? 크다, 키다. Now, Stefan, we don't need that. 근데 제주팬 왜 야구장 밖에 안 봐요? 근데 자익수 뒤에 그 지역 왜 야구 안 봐요? 네. 아니요. 근데 야구장에서 그 후디는 두 위상 있어요. 근데 크다, 키다. 네. 네. 근데 올해 다른 직업 시작해서 근데 6월부터 야구장 못 가요. 근데 올해 한 번도 안 갔어요. 그냥 중계 방송하고. All right, and Kim Ji-chan back up. Again, Kim Ji-chan he's a guy that Kim Ji-chan and Kim Sung-yoon are two speed guys, two really small speed guys. So they don't wear all of the protecting gear. They don't wear the shin guard. They do wear the guard here, but not the full elbow guard that a lot of those other players wear. Because again, it takes away its extra weight that they have to deal with. So foul ball to him is going to hurt quite a bit more. And again, they're all wearing the low tops also. All right, the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside. Misses outside, and it's 2-2. EJ Wan thought it was a strike, but it was a good 3 to 4 centimeters off the plates. All right, so he sets up right down the middle this time. And he lifts it, but it should get foul. Yep, it does get foul, and it stays 2-2. 네, 근데 네, 내년 다시 야구장 가는데 올해 가지 않아요. 근데 올해 tickets 가격 너무 비싸요. The 2-2 is lifted up. That is Liberato under it, so makes the catch, and that is a huge, huge out as they leave the bases loaded. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Leaving the bases loaded. Now we realize they don't gem because their manager sucks. Let's see here. Oof. Man, already left 8 runners on. No, I heard about it. Well, yeah, you got to make the postseason to sell all the extra stuff. You got to be able to make the money so that you can, you know, pay the massive fine that you're going to have for covering up the handicap sitting or the disabled seating. All right, it's 9-1-2 coming up for Hanwha. As they've got to do something. Again, that was a long break for Chaewon Tae. Just sitting at 60 pitches. Sorry, 62 pitches. As the bunt is way almost up to Bomun-san, but it's foul. And it's 0-1. Gotta sell those that extra merch. That is true. I've actually heard him say that in our gambling chat. As the 0-1 is going to be a hard ground ball to Diaz, but just gets foul as Diaz isn't able to make the play before it hooks. I don't know what's the point of that bunting right to the first baseman. Why are you bunting right at the first baseman? It's not a suicide. Like, I don't get that. No, that's anyway. Now you got an 0-2 counts. 0 for 1 on the day, a 5-3 groundouts. As he pops that one a foul. The umpire was like, I know that's about to hit me. I know that's about to hit me. So Hanwha and the out, they have to have X amount of handicap seating, and they covered up the seating with like fake grass, as that one is in the dirt, and then they put premium table seating on top of those seats. And then sold those seats as premium table seating. The 1-2 is going to be lifted to right field. He goes back, comes running back in, and makes a sliding catch. A very unnecessary sliding catch, but he makes it, and that's 1 away. Yeah. So they covered it up. Yeah. So, and then they just moved the seats back and tried to sell them again, and like it was a whole ordeal. That's misses inside. The CEO of Hanwha was referred to the prosecutors a couple weeks ago. And here comes the 1-0 pitch that's up outside. Sona Sup makes the ground ball to the Diaz. It grabs it, flips to Chaewon Tae. And a great cover by the pitcher for 2 outs. That's a play that yesterday Hanwha would have been on base. Sona Sup kind of was hobbling a little there. It's regulation. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it's a regulation thing. All right, Liberato stands in. He's the only Hanwha run so far. The solo shots in the first inning. 2 away now here in the bottom of the 5th is Hanwha might not realize that this is not an actual practice game. You know, they were originally supposed to play on Friday and Saturday. The Father Time in the dugout may not realize that the games actually both got pushed back, and today is actually a playoff game. So it's very, very possible that Hanwha's manager forgot that both games get pushed back, and even though Sunday was not supposed to be a game, it's actually a meaningful game today. That's probably the best reasoning I can give from giving up in the 4th inning. As the 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Still just 72 pitches for Chaewon Tae, who suddenly, I don't know where it came from, but suddenly Chaewon Tae is a massive, massive playoff pitcher. As the 1-2 pitch lays off of that, it's low, 2-2. Liberato, can you please ground out, fly out, strike out, something? I'm almost out of water here. I'm gonna have to install a refrigerator underneath this computer desk, I think. As the 2-2 pitch sets up on the outside. That is not either of those things I asked for. That's another single by Liberato, and he's on base again. This time with a 2 outs, a single as Moon-hyun Min comes in. All right, Liberato puts on his oven mitts. He's ready to cook on the base pass. As Moon-hyun Min, the first pitch is popped up. The left fielder under it, and that will be 3 away. We'll take a little bit of a break. We'll be back in just a few, ladies and gentlemen. All right. He's just about back. Look, everybody, it's another Pak So Young. Out on the mound will be Wang Jun Saw bringing out the other lefty here. No, 23 games, 56 innings, 2-8 on the season, 5.30 ERA, 57 strikeouts, 28 walks, 7 home runs given up. He is again, he was the first round pick for Hanwha 2 years ago. Kind of started some, kind of didn't start some. The problem is he only has 2 pitches, which is why he's going to be relegated to the bullpen unless he learns some other pitches. As far as on the season, again, he's given up 7 home runs, so he's given up quite a few home runs. As far as lefties versus righties, he's going to face a bunch of lefties here. Lefties hit .330 against him with 5 home runs. As, first pitch is in there for a strike on the outside. And it's 0-1. Da, 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 da. As that's misses low and outside, 1-1. Weiss did not pitch well in the second or in September or later, and again, Weiss has not pitched well against any good teams. As that is a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirts. Remember, oh no! Worst news ever. I just dropped a 10 of Eclipse. But anyway, 1-2. That's a rolled over. Second baseman will grab it, throw over to first, and 1 away. Well, good news for Hanwha. They didn't walk the first batter. So for the first time in 4 innings, they haven't walked the first batter. That's going to bring up Gujahook. Look at all the empty seats behind home plate. As Gujahook looks at ball 1 low, 1-0. Gujahook is left 5 runners on base. He's 0 for 3. They are abroad. Arpo, swing and a miss. He's way late on that. Wang Junsaw really struggles with some command. As that's rolled over, second baseman is going to grab that, throws over, and 2 away. Quick 2 outs to bring up Diaz. Oh, yeah, I know. '50th career home run against Wang Junsaw. And that's low in the dirts. 1-0. How much do you want to pitch to him? With, yeah, kind of have to. He's 2 for 3. He's obviously got a ton of power. The 1-0 pitch sets up on the outside. No, an ugly looking swing as he was fooled on that. 1-1. That split. Ooh, nasty fork. And 1-1. Misses inside. It's 2-1. Kim Young-un on deck. He's 2 for 2 today. Been on base all 3 times. Yeah, another 2-1 in the dirts. 3-1. You can see the orange Hanwha uniforms in the Samsung section, and the 3-1. Nope, he does not want anything to do with Diaz. He would rather walk him. That brings up Kim Young-un, who has been hitting extremely well in these playoffs. Yeah, if he's going to swing and miss at some stuff that's way out of the zone, okay. But the problem here is you've got Kim Young-un, who is also a guy that can hit plenty of home runs. Here comes the first pitch to him. That's a strike at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch up high. He said he went around. Check the old replay. Ooh. Yeah, he was only... What's up, Armando? Yeah, he was a 143, 144 guy. Now he's throwing 147, 148 with his fastball. Still doesn't have great command with it. There's the 0-2. Lays off of its low, 1-2. Armando always stopping in. Here we go. 1-2 pitch. Into the dirt. 2-2. Again, you get close with this. You get an 0-2 pitch, and then you waste pitches. Trying to get cute. Trying to get him to swing and miss. Family of Hanwha fans stuck in the middle there. Not enjoying their trip to Daejeon. Swing and a miss at a ball up at his face. And that's well into the inning. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It's 5-1 Samsung. How big is that leaving the bases empty gonna be for Hanwha or for Samsung? Samsung has left 9 runners on base. 9 runners. All right, Arpo. 9 runners left on base for Samsung today. 5 left on base for Hanwha. Chewante just sitting at 75 pitches. Have to imagine that he's coming back out. The 6th inning is not kind to him as he hits they hit 275 against them. But the one thing that I will say that is different, and this might be why Chewante is pitching better in these playoffs. And again, this could be it could not be it, but it's one thing that is vastly different than years prior. Again, when he was with Nexon and then Kium and then LG, he was used as a starter. And so he started all the way up until the playoffs. But Samsung, on the other hand, his last 3 games, he pitched out of the bullpen. So it very well could be that they like, okay, we're going to put you in the bullpen to kind of save your arms. And then maybe you'll pitch better as the number 4 starter. Yeah, Armando, Samsung losing last night was a big loss in my view, because I think they played the better game. As Noshiwana pitches, the first pitch is grounded into a 6-3 into the dirts, but a scoop by Diaz. 1 out. Yeah, so I really think that Samsung should have won yesterday's game. Hanwha was able to get some timely hits that from guys that haven't had timely hits for the last couple of months. But the big air by from Garabito on the mound, and then the big air in right field from Kim Sung Yoon. Either one of those doesn't happen, and Samsung probably comes away with the win, as that is in there for a strike to Chaehyun Sung. The Hanwha did have the error from Kim Tae-yeon in rights. Error from Kim Tae-yeon, no. It was an error because the shortstop and the first baseman, neither one of them grabbed the ball. As the 0-1 runs in, almost hits him, but 1-1. Chaehyun Sung 0 for 2 today. Was 3 for 5 yesterday. With that 2 RBI single that to put them up, and then the insurance run that they needed as that's rolled over. Chaewon Tae pitching well. And again, if this series goes 1-1, the advantage definitely goes, flips to Samsung. As the 1-2 pitch pops him up. The left fielder under it. And 2 away. As again, we've talked about it a couple times. Hanwha had Ponce out on the mound in game 1. They had Weiss out on the mound in game 2. Those 2 guys combined 34 wins on the season. They were, again, 17 wins better than last year's foreigner starts. So, and that brings up the second baseman, who is a 2 for 2 today. Misses outside, ball 1-0. So Hanwha threw out their number 1 and number 2 hit pitchers. Samsung, on the other hand, is that one is lifted up as center fielder under it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the first 1-2-3 inning for Hanwha. We go to the bottom, or we go to the top of the 7th. It's 5-1 Samsung. And only 82 pitches. Threw 7 pitches in that inning. Yeah. And again, in the regular season, these 2 teams were very, very close. I would actually say Samsung had the advantage, because Samsung and Hanwha, they were 8-8 on the season. But Samsung scored more runs than Hanwha scored. So offensively, they had the advantage. Ponce didn't pitch well against Hanwha or against Samsung. So again, the top of their lineup. Obviously, you have to think. Thank you, WF Great Timo. But yeah, you have to think that Samsung definitely is at this point the favorites. Samsung and Hanwha, they're Pythagorean. They're if you look at the numbers only, were just barely behind Hanwha. They were just barely behind Hanwha in their expected win-loss percentage. They had the early struggles in the bullpen. Their bullpen is still not very good, guys. Their bullpen is still not particularly good, but it has gotten quite a bit better. Samsung is going to have their 6, 7, 8 hitters coming up. There's the magic overreacts to impress everybody guy. Joo-hyun Song will step in. Can he give up a home run, ladies and gentlemen? That is really the only question left to be answered in this game. Yeah, overreacts with everything. Joo-hyun Song, 48 games, 41 and points at 2 innings. Gives up a lot of home runs. Swing and a miss there as EJ Hyun tried to add to that total. And Ju-Hyun Song was the start or was the closer at the beginning of the season. Hanwha, since 2020, has not had the same closer start and end of the season, as that's a strike on the outside and it's 0-2. Oh, yeah. It's so annoying. Like, I tried to watch once, I think, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awful. Like, you're not, like, a lot of those guys, obviously, they're kind of my competition, but not really. But so the 0-2 pitch on the outside and it misses way outside. Uh, I don't I don't feel like when I watch the other guys that they're providing anything. He just overreacts to so much. I can't watch it. A swing and a miss. No, Arpo. At the beginning of the year, Ju-Hyun Song was actually the closer because he stepped in and became the closer last year when Pak Sang-won couldn't close. Who knows? As that just gets a strike. They show, yeah, they show replays, but they show them and then you miss half the game. As the 0-1 swing fouls that into the glove, but not able to hold on to it. 0-2. Yeah, that's the one thing is they show a lot of fans. So here you got cheerleader. Yeah, Kim Tae-hoon was, the closer at the beginning of the season, then struggled and then came back to be the closer again. But Kim Tae-hoon here, 3 for 3 on the day. Almost hits him. He should have just let it hit him. 1-2. And former Hanwha cheerleader left for the greener pastures of the blue fields. As the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside just below above the knees, throws it over the head, and it's 2-2. Hanwha has so many cheerleaders that leave Daejeon, and I'm still convinced that it's because of another certain cheerleader. As in the 2-2 pitch runs inside, it catches the inside corner. That's 2 away on 2 strikeouts. First time he has been retired today. And that brings up a Kang Min-ho. Yeah. And that's misses, and it's 1-0. Hanwha, 3 straight strikeouts. Again, they got this back end of the bullpen. Hanwha's bullpen is pretty good. They will give up some walks and some home runs, obviously, as every bullpen tends to do. But they're such hard throwers as Kang Min-ho fouls that one, and it gets stuck in the wall. I want to see a replay of that. The ball got stuck in the wall. Jaewon Tae still warming up over there with 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch sets up on the outside. Swing and a miss. Kang Min-ho looks absolute awful in these playoffs, ladies and gentlemen. One, 2 pitch, throw it off the plates because he's going to swing at it. Sets up off the plate, just like I said. And he leaked it over, but rips it foul. Stays 1-2. Hanwha trying to hold on and get some late game magic. Kia fans cheering for Samsung. To the end, it's not the end yet. Yeah, as the 1-2 pitch sets up on the outside once again, as that's fouled straight back. Ju-Hyun Song is making mistakes. Kang Min-ho can't hit anything. He can't do anything with him. Hey, Boo Boo Bear, let's get us some picnic baskets. And this is the 1-2 pitch in the dirt. That Yogi. Hanwha Eagles red uniforms, a couple orange ones. And here we go. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. The number 2 defender as he pops it up. Right fielder Kim Tae-yeon under it. And 1-2-3 go the old Samsung Leones for the first time since the first inning. I would not say that. We go to the bottom of the 7th. We'll have the bottom of the order coming up for Hanwha. We'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters coming up. Mary Kate said she would be back for the Korean series. No. Ryan Weiss got shelled. I think he had 5 strikeouts. No, 4 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts, gave up 5 runs and 9 hits. All right, it's bottom of the 7th. Kim Tae-yeon will lead things off. Yeah, he never pitched well against Samsung on the season. Again, 18 pitches in 5 games. Wong Young-mook was announced as a pinch hitter here. Where's Kiwi? That's misses up high. Ball 1. Wong Young-mook pinch hitting here. And that's ball 2 outside. 2-0. Thank you. Yeah, Chaewon Tae still out there. He's only thrown 84 pitches. Wong Young-mook pinch hitting here. That's in there for a strike at the top of the line. And the 2-1 is popped up. Third baseman under it, just on the dirts, and that's 1 away. Brings up the number 8 hitter. Everybody's favorite's backup. EJ Wan. Thank you, Side Chains.
너무 감사합니다.
I still wish I knew why it said subscribe for 1 month. So Ito Yoon is pinch hitting here. As it looks like Hanwha is pretty much given up. Yi Sung Min and Iho Sung warming up in the bullpen. Lefty and a righty. So EJ Wan not getting an at bats. That will make everybody upset. As that slap to the shortstop, backhands it, throws 2 away. And that brings up Shimu Jun. What will they do here? I imagine you got to have Ito Yoon is going to have to play somewhere. Who knows what's going on? Yeah. I saw most of it. I didn't look at it too close because they still have to cut it down. As Guangwan Min is taken over. As Hanwha has just thrown in the towel at this point. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Guang Min will probably go to first. Ito Yoon might go to third. Who knows? As here we go. The 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss, and that's strikeouts number 4 as he ends his day. 91 pitches. With a strikeout. So we go to the 8th inning. It's a 5-1. That was an awful display of batting. Yeah, the reliever. Sung Young Taek. Arpo, it has the only thing I can think about is the fact that they had him as a reliever at the end of the season to keep his arm fresh. Final line for Chaewon Tae, 7 innings, 91 pitches, 60 for strikes, 4 hits, gave up the 1 solo shot to Liberato in the first inning, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, so 1 run. It was earned, obviously. We'll have a bunch of changes. Well, Stefan, no, because Hanwha had to make sure that they were trying late in the season to make the not the playoffs, but to have a chance late in the season against against LG for the championship. So Pak Sang-wan will come out onto the mound. Again, we'll have a bunch of changes as it looks like we have already a pitch comm issue. 74 games, 66.2 innings, 4-3, 4.18 ERA, 52 strikeouts, 29 walks, 4 home runs given up. Well done, Arpo. You've learned a lot of your mom. All right, so Ewan Suk in right, Ito Yoon short, Ha Saw behind home plates. I'll get that change when I can find their positions. As a swing and a miss through Yu-Ji Hyuk, and it's 0-1. All right, so Ha Saw will then be in the 7th spot in the lineup. back behind the plates. Ito Yoon will stay in at the number 8 spot, and Guang Min will take over. Will be Iwan Suk in right. I'll get their positions changed as that's in there for a strike on the inside. And it's 2-2. All right, so there we go. That's misses up high, runs the count full, 3-2. Third full count of the day for Yu-Ji Hyuk. He walked in his other two. Fourth full count of the day for Samsung. They've been on base every time so far with them. Three-two pitch. That is turned on. That's going to make a drops in front of Iwan Suk. And whoever said he had no hits forgot about that one, as he is on base for the third time to lead off an inning. I thought Iwan Suk was going to be able to flag that one down. I don't know what he was doing. Yu-Ji Hyuk over at first base now. Kim Ji-chan fakes the bunt, but that is going to be a wild pitch. And he is going to head on over to second. And now a bunt puts him over to third. And not only that, but it's going to put, if they can bring him in, that's what also puts it away from a grand slam to tie it. Trying to backhand a pitch to your glove side. Oh, welcome to Catching 101, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so they're going to still try to bunt. They drop it down. It's a good one. Park Sang-won throws to first. I do like that bunt just because of the actual situation that they're in. Right now, they are playing for one run. The top of the lineup just needs a ground ball to the right side. Hanwha probably is going to bring the infield in. As that's just catches the outside. So again, you have the infield in with a good slap hitter. Kim Sung-yoon. As that misses up and outside, 1-1. So brings the infield in. For a guy that puts the ball on the ground, slap hits quite a bit. 2 for 4 today with a couple singles. And they almost hit him. He's able to jump out of the way. And it's 2-1. There you go. Backhand to your arm side. That's how you catch, ladies and gentlemen. Backhand into your glove side is not it. As the 2-1 is fouled away, 2-2. In the back end of this bullpen, all throws 145 and 150 until you get to the very, very back end. He's going to throw 155 to 158. Here we go. The 2-2 pitch. Slapped foul on another pitch up by his eyes. 2-2. I will say the infield grass does look very good on the field today. The outfield grass looks awful. Minus except in front of the pitcher's mound. That looks like awful. As the 2-2 pitch. That's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman grabs it, and he is out at home. Throws him out at home, saves a run. It's an important one. A great throw by the second baseman. That puts Kim Sung-yoon on. Oh, we're going to have a pitching change. I have to imagine Kim Bum-soo is going to come in here. As we'll have ourselves a pitching change. Bring in Kim Bum-soo to face the lefty. And then they'll also have a Diaz after that. So 3 straight lefties before a righty. What are they going to do here, ladies and gentlemen? Nope. Han Sung-hyuk is going to come in. Han Sung-hyuk comes in. Maybe Han Sung-hyuk comes in here. Keeps Pak Sang-won because he's thrown too many pitches so far. Han Sung-hyuk will come in to end this inning. If Hanwha is able to get a couple runs, I have to imagine that they're going to bring in Kim Bum-soo to face anybody else. Well, that's again, they've had twice now. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this inning or this game. They've had runners at third, and they did not get them home. In the second inning, they had runners at first and third. Kang Min-ho flew out. In the third inning, they had runners at first and third. Kang Min-ho popped out. In the fifth inning, they had the bases loaded with 1 out, struck out and flew out. Again, they've had opportunities to have runners to score. In just this inning, again, they had the runner at third with a chance to score, but no. Well, multiple times they've had runners at third with no way to bring them home. 4 straight innings, runners at third, and nobody came home. And then now again here in the 8th. So Han Sung-hyuk out on the mound. He does have a lot of command issues. Throws over to try to get Kim Sung-yoon, but he's easily back in. That's in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Hanwha has a Che In-ho and Lee Young on the bench, a lefty and a righty. Samsung has not used anybody on their bench. As the 0-1 pitch, that's fouled away, 0-2. Gu Ja-wook 0 for the day, 0 for the series, I think. He has left 5 runners on base. He's gotten thrown out at home. Yesterday, he did have a sacrifice fly, but it was 0 for 3. And here comes, nope, throws over to first, almost gets him. But he's able to slide in there safely. And the 0-2 hits him. They're going to check to see if he swung. So I thought he swung, but nope, he didn't. Once again, the umpires were correct on their calls. Oh, you got runners at first and seconds for Diaz. Like I said, Han Seung-hyuk struggles with command. Right on the two little toes on the back foot of the left foot. Oh, Diaz steps in. He's a 2 for 3 on the day with a couple doubles. As he looks at just strike one right down the middle, 0-1. Flew out to left to lead off the second inning. Double scored a run. Then he scored a run, an RBI double, and then a walk. Yeah. As that one is lifted to left field, going back, but Moon Hyun-min stops, makes the catch, and that will be 3 away. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It's 5-1 Samsung. Are those missed opportunities going to come back to beat Hanwha, to beat Samsung? They've left 11 runners on base. Yeah, Hanwha's new stadium is really small, and I listened to the game in one ear, and then I have like what you guys hear in the other ear, and so because of that, Koreans, anytime the ball is hit, they just like scream and yell, and the cameramen like fly the camera out way out to the outfield, and then they bring it back in. The left fielder just turned and started running towards the outfield, towards the wall, and then had to stop and come back in. So everybody made it look like it was absolutely crushed, but it was indeed not. Hanwha is going to have the 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up. They've got to get some runs this inning. That's all there is to it. And Kim Jae-yoon is going to come in to close the game for Samsung. But here in the bottom of the eighth or bottom of the ninth, obviously Samsung's going to have somebody coming out. Iho Sung is going to lead things off for Samsung in the bottom of the eighth on the mound. So he almost got him out of the game yesterday. One game, one inning, 3 strikeouts. He did give up the hits that scored the 2 runs after he struck out Moon Hyun-bin and No Shiwan. All right, here we go. Iho Sung will face the 1, 2, 3 hitters for Hanwha. Sona Sup leads things off 0 for 3 on the day and looks at strike one down at the bottom of the zone. Just catches the inside corner. 286 in these playoffs. Again, 0 for 3 today. 4-3 ground out, a strikeout, and a 3-1 ground out. The 0-1 catches the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Interesting that they brought in Iho Sung instead of Lee Seung-min. Lee Seung-min is the lefty. Iho Sung is the righty. Sona Sup, Liberato, and Moon Hyun-bin all lefties for Hanwha. That is bounced into the dirt. Ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Tags him out, and that's out number 1. All right, Liberato steps in. Again, he has the one home run for Hanwha, the one run. He has the first hits, the first run, the first RBI, and right there is the first strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, that's ripped right back up the middle, and he is on base once again with another hit. A home run, a fly out, a couple singles. I live in Korea. Yeah, I live in Korea. I've lived in Korea since 2014. So I watch on regular TV. But if you're outside of Korea, yeah, that's why those are all Korean KBO uniforms. Those are all the KBO dolls. Yeah. As that one is up high, ball one. Oh, I can't read that. But yeah, the if you're outside of Korea, you can watch on souplive.com, SOOPLIVE.com. That's the international broadcasting company. But you can watch them. There'll be a couple, if you watch that game and then listen to my stream, I'll be a couple seconds ahead just because they have a big relay where I don't. Let's see. Kiwi, this is an important moment. Can Mr. Clutch come through again? He came through yesterday. Can he do it again? As the 1-0, that's rolled over to the second baseman, tosses to the shortstop, throws to first in time. And no, he can't with a 4-6-3 double play. And we will go to the ninth inning. What's up, Mary Kate? It's Samsung 5. Hanwha 5 hits. Wow. Ooh. All right, Hanwha or Samsung will have their 5, 6, 7 hitters coming up. I moved to Korea to teach. I teach English here. I moved. I actually was just gonna move for a couple years, and then I was gonna move to another country. I moved to China, and then do the Peace Corps stuff. But yeah, that didn't happen. I ended up enjoying it, so I stayed here, and I'm still here with no real intent to go anywhere outside of here. Why do I have so many hits for Samsung all the time? No. Beautiful double play. All right, to top of the ninth inning, Kim Young-un. I don't know. I haven't met her yet. All right, Han Sang-hyuk still out there. No, Mary Kate. Absolutely not. That's in there for a strike. Well, Han Sang-hyuk came in, hit Gujauk, but got Diaz to fly out. And now he's got Kim Young-un, who's 2 for 3 on the day. Couple singles and a walk, fouls that one away, and it's 0-2. I don't want to live your dream, Mary Kate. I'll save them all for you. As the 0-2 is ripped. Liberato, a couple steps back, and that's will be a line out to the center fielder. Perfect timing, but not under it enough as we got one out. As we've got another mound visits. Can we get yeah, let's get Kim Saw-hyun coming in. What do you say? What do you say? Kim Saw-hyun coming in? We'll have a pitching change. I don't know. I'm waiting to see. Are they really going to bring Kim Saw-hyun?
너무 감사합니다.
Thank you, Tyrell. Yeah, good question. I mean, bullpen-wise, they've got Kim Bum-soo, Kim Saw-hyun, Sang-baek. Maybe they bring in Sang-baek. Yep, they're bringing in Sang-baek. Sang-baek will come in. I didn't see. I didn't see the lights flashing and everything, so I didn't think he was coming in. But I had to figure. My concern was, my worry was that maybe they don't play it if he comes in and it's not for a save. So Samsung will have EJ Hyun. We'll see. What is he? Again, so I want you guys to realize how dumb Hanwha's manager is. Okay. So they bring in Sang-baek. Oh, sorry. Stop. So they bring in Sang-baek, okay? Now, logically, you would think, oh, they're bringing in Sang-baek because the guy that is going to come up to bat is really not good against side armors. But Sang-baek, 28 games, 80 points at 2 innings, at 2-7, a huge contract in the offseason. Sang-baek is a side armor, so you have to think, oh, well, EJ Hyun must be really bad against side armors. Nope. He hits 381 against them. That's ball one up high, 1-0. So EJ Hyun only hits 381 against side armors, so of course, why wouldn't you bring him in? Against regular righties, he's hits 220. So you take out your righty, that's Mrs. Lowe. So you take out your regular righty who would face this guy hitting 220, and you bring in the side armor where this guy hits the 380 against them. That's a good idea. As the 2-0 misses outside, ball 3, and it doesn't matter what he hits if he doesn't ever throw him a strike. I feel so bad for that girl who paid for an Sang-baek uniform. As here comes the 3-0 pitch. And it does finally get one on there for the strike at the bottom of the corner. Bottom of the zone. And now we got the 3-1 pitch. Sets up high. And he turns on ball 4, fouls it away, runs the count full, 3-2. Fifth full count of the day for Samsung. It's needless to say, they are pretty good. They're 2 for 2 with 4, with 2 walks. So fifth at bat with the bases loaded. They've been on base the other 4. The 3-2 pitch fouled straight back is somebody behind home plate just saw their life flash before their eyes because they're not used to sitting back there. Just hoping, Armando. Ooh, Samsung brought their own lights too, man. The 3-2 pitch sets up on the outside, way outside. Ball 4. Thank goodness they put him on the playoff roster, ladies and gentlemen. Thank goodness they put him on the playoff roster. Excellent choice by the manager. Excellent choice by the manager. That brings up Kim Tae-hoon. Kim Tae-hoon. Kim Tae-hoon, a 3 for 4 on the day, 3 singles. That's in there for a strike at the bottom of the zone. 0-1. Let's see, how does old Kim Tae-hoon hit against side armors? Only 667. Only 667, ladies and gentlemen. Throws over to first, but he slides back in easily. Excellent decisions by this manager. I mean, just chef kiss of stupidity. As here comes the 0-1 pitch. Up high, ball 1-1. Yeah, and then the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss at ball 2. 1-2. Sung Baek last year, second in the league in home runs given up. This year, lost his starting spots, an ERA of -39. Looks at just strike 2 at the bottom of the zone. That's 2 away. I'm going for the game to be over. I have no teams. I'm going for a 5-game series. That's the only thing I want. A 5-game series. All right, so Kang Min-ho turns on that one. And goodbye, baseball. That will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Just right on cue, talking about the man who gives up too many home runs last year and too many home runs this year that he got sent away back down to the second league. Welcome to my broadcast where I tell you how stupid the KBO managers are with 100% accuracy. It's such a struggle to be right so much. It's really a struggle to be right so much. Wow. Everybody should hit the like button because they love it when I'm right. That is fouled away. Ball 1 to Yu-ji Hyuk. And Yu-ji Hyuk fouls that one away. 0-2 now. That random army guy is the #1 army guy, though. You're right, as that is in the dirts. You're completely right about that, Stavin. Because Hanwha couldn't hit last year, so what did they do? They signed a pitcher and a defensive shortstop. 8D chess. And by 8D chess, I mean 8 levels of dumb. Can't play that, Boyles. I can't play it. This is the 2-2. Did he go? Nope, doesn't matter. It's a strike on the inside corner. And down goes Samsung in the top of the 9th, but so they get to 2 more on a 2-run shot by Kang Min-ho. As we go to the bottom of the 9th. Hanwha needs a miracle. Why is this always off? It's never over. That is correct. It's never over, but that doesn't mean it doesn't look really bleak. That was a massive, massive swing. Hanwha is going to have their 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up here in the bottom. Iho Sung still out there. No need to bring out the closer yet. All right. No Shiwan will face Iho Sung. Imagine having a better seat for most of the game by not going into the stadium and just watching from the sidewalk. Get that, Stefan. I know a tattoo artist in Sejong. Oh, Kim Jae-yoon is out there. We're bringing in the closer. As the first pitch to No Shiwan up high. Ball 1. So they do bring in the closer here. Up 6. No Shiwan looks at to strike 1, 1-1. I don't know what he's waiting for. Maybe he's waiting for an invitation to swing. I don't know. Yeah, 0-3 on the day. A fly out to strikeout looking and a 6-3 ground out. The 1-1 is turned on. Goodbye, baseball. Hanwha with a second run of the day as No Shiwan makes it a 5-run game. Don't know why you brought in your closer. Only a 5-run game now. Kiwi still got the hopium going. No celebrations in the dugout, at least. All right, Chaeyeon Sung steps in. Looks at to strike 1 down the middle. And it's 0-1. Chaeyeon Sung 0 for 3 today. Flew out to right. It's a 5-3 ground out and a fly out to left. Sets up on the outside. The 0-1 pitch fouled back, and it's 0-2. Chaeyeon Sung only gets big hits, ladies and gentlemen. He only hits when it's to take the lead. He's going to need to hit again sometime in this inning if Hanwha's going to win. The 0-2 pitch sets up way outside, and he rolls over. Third baseman grabs it, throws across, and 1 away. That brings up the clutchest hitter in the world, but I think we're going to have a pinch hitter. Oh, we might have a pinch hitter. Who knows? Actually, no, they can't have a pinch hitter because then they wouldn't have anybody to play second base. Yeah, as the second baseman looks at strike one down the middle. Again, this is not what I would call a clutch situation. If there were two outs, I would say it might be a little clutch situation. But 2 for 4 today, or 2 for 3 today, 429 on this playoff. And trying to get himself a contract for next year as that's fouled away. Nope, not fouled away, but it will drop down. And Kim Hun-gon makes a misplay over in left, and he is on base for the third time today. We'll see if that's it's obviously a hit, but does it also come with an error? So Kim Hun-gon is playing left now instead of Kim Tae-hoon. They do give him a double. That brings up a Ha-in-saw. That is crushed. That is going to one hop into the wall. Again, you brought in your closer for no reason. Thank you, Mike. Got a runner on first now, and Ha-in-saw bringing up the number 8 hitter. And did Ha-in-saw make it to second? We'll check the video here. Might see him. Yeah, he did make it to second. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the first hit with a runner on base for Hanwha today. They are just teeing off on Kim Jae-yoon, who was ill-advisedly brought in. Again, it should have just kept Iho Sung out there or brought in, anybody. Then it gets into a situation like this where it's 7-3. Then you bring him in as Ito Yoon will get his second at bat of the day. Looks at ball one low, 1-0. Ito Yoon. We'll get some music going since it's the last inning. One 1-0 misses low, 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch in there for a strike at 2-1. Now you've got the bottom of this order. All these guys are guys that have replaced Yang Chang-sup, Lee Sung-min, both warming up. Here we go, the 2-1 pitch. Fouled away, 2-2. Stefan is hoping that he doesn't get a tattoo and hoping he does get a tattoo. There's some old Hanwha uniforms. Nice to see. All right, the 2-2 pitch. Sets up on the outside. And fouls it away. Stays 2-2. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Slaps it foul again. Ito Yoon and Wang Young Mook are two guys that they will strike out. They won't hit a lot of home runs, but they will see a lot of pitches. They're difficult outs. All right, the 2-2 pitch. And that's off the end of the bats. Running in is Kim Hung-gon, makes the catch. And 2 away. Two down now. 16 pitches for Kim Jae-yoon. That brings up Iwan Suk. Are they going to pitch hit to Che In-ho here? I think I would definitely pinch hit Che In-ho here for Iwan Suk. Nope, Iwan Suk still going to bats. And that is low, ball 1. I would be pinch hitting Che In-ho just because lefty versus righty matchup. But then again, I'm smarter than Hanwha's manager. For Jeju Hanwha fan, 저는 Hanwha 감독보다 더 똑똑해요. And here comes the 1-0 pitch, just swing and a miss, 1-1. And this is huge for Hanwha. They do not want to go 1-1 into Daegu with Samsung's number 1 and number 2 pitchers versus their 3 and 4. Yes, one is Yeon Jin, one is Moon Dong-ju. A swing and a miss there. Now you've got a 1-2 count down to their last strike, down 4. Once again, another foreign pitcher in line for a loss. Yesterday, Weiss was in line for a loss until Hanwha put up some runs in the 6th inning. And there we go, the 1-2 pitch. Right down the middle, just look at it. Apparently, he wanted to watch the game, but didn't want to pay $200,000 for a seat. So he put on a uniform and watched the ball come right down the middle to end the game. Good Lord. All right. Well, the game was not as close as the score says, or honestly. Let's just be real here. Gave them too much. Hanwha scored too late to make it to 7-3, but really the game wasn't that close. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No, Hanwha, just really got destroyed. Again, Weiss started the game. I talked about this in the very beginning. Weiss just has not pitched well against Samsung on the season. He did not pitch well again today. 4.05 ERA against Samsung coming into the game. 5 games, 2-3. Just didn't pitch well. Didn't pitch well again today. Chaewon Tae didn't pitch well necessarily against Hanwha, but he pitched better against Hanwha than he did on the season, which puts Chaewon Tae is again pitched extremely well in the last series in the June playoff in the second round against SSG to end up getting the win in that one. He pitched extremely well again today. Something that is very, very important to talk about. I talked about it at the very beginning of the game. Hanwha and Weiss. Weiss is 6-4 against playoff teams. He's now 6-5 against playoff teams. So all of his wins pretty much came against the bad playoff and the non-playoff teams. 10-1 against non-playoff teams, 5-4 against playoff, or 6-4 against playoff teams, to be 16-5 on the season. Really he just did not have it today. They got to him early. First inning, again, he started with the 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning, just like yesterday with Ponce. Ponce started the first inning with two strikeouts, and then in the second inning, they had runners on first and third. With Kang Min Ho comes up again, he flies out. Third inning, they just blew up. A leadoff walk, a single, a 4-6 groundouts, scored a run. Then a double by Diaz, scored a run. Another single by Kim Young-un, scored 2. And then EJ Hyun struck outs. And then Kang Min Ho, once again, runners, or Kim Tae-hyun with runner on first, another single. And then Kang Min Ho pops out with runners on first and third. Again, lots of offense in this one. 12 hits for Samsung, 7 runs, 8 hits for Hanwha, 3 runs. The next game, thank you. I can't read your name. Oh, there he goes. Thank you, Chris. So Hanwha, they had to go 2-0 at home. The advantage now 100% shifts to Samsung for multiple reasons. One, Hanwha had their number 1 and number 2 starters, though Weiss and Ponce, starting the 2 games at home. Samsung had their number 3 in Garabito and their number 4 in Chaewon Tae starting on the road. So Hanwha is going to have their 3 and 4 in Ryuhan Jin and Moon Dong-ju starting in Daegu, versus you have Won Tae-in and Harado are going to be pitching in Daegu. Their 1 and 2 pitchers are going to face 3 and 4 for Hanwha. Obviously, I would love to see it go. I would love to see that the series go 5 innings or 5 games, obviously, for my own personal love. Yeah, so Won Tae-in versus Moon Dong-ju in game 4, Ryuhan Jin versus Harado in game 3, which is surprising. I'm very surprised at that, because I would think that Won Tae-in would pitch game 3 because he would be on Harado would be on shorter rest to pitch game 3. Yeah, Chris, I've actually been I've been living in Korea since 2014. I've been a season ticket holder up until this year. Been streaming KBO baseball for the last 4 years. So, yeah, Rob Zombie loves him some Korean baseball. Why wouldn't you? But yeah, so that it doesn't really make. I guess okay, it does to me. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but Won Tae-in versus Moon Dong-ju, 2 young, probably the 2 best, or 2 of the best young pitchers for Korea. In Korea, will do game 4. Then Tuesday will be Ryuhan Jin versus Harado. Remember, foreign pitchers have not pitched well in the KBO postseason this year. Harado did pitch well in game 4 of the last round, the second round, but his first game he pitched horribly, and he came in and gave up a walk-off home run in his relief appearance. Yes, Ponce got the win yesterday, but he pitched awful. Gave up 6 runs in 6 innings. Garabito didn't even make it out of the 4th. So there's only been 1 game where a foreign pitcher pitched well. That's not good. A foreign starter, let me rephrase that. A foreign starter has pitched well. So another foreigner gets the loss again today. Is just a recurring theme. Ryuhan Jin will be making his first playoff start since coming back from the MLB game 3. Let me kind of talk a little bit about those because I will not be able to stream the next 2. I will not be able to stream the rest of this series. Honestly, I won't be able to stream until we come back with the Korean series. So I will talk a little bit about the 2 starters and how they have done against each other. So Hanwha, first off, Hanwha, Moon Dong-ju, he will pitch game 4 against Samsung. He is 3-0, a 2.50 ERA against Samsung. Very important. Moon Dong-ju is way, way, way better on the road. A 2.05 ERA on the road versus a 5.45 ERA at home. In Daegu, He's had those 2 games, and he had his 2 wins, a 2.25 ERA against Samsung on the road in Daegu on this season. As far as Yuhan Jin, he against Samsung has not pitched well. 2 games, a 4.50 ERA. He is 1-0, so but 10 innings total. He's given up 2 home runs. As far as playing in Daegu, he 1 game, an ERA of 7.20. So did not play well in Daegu. Again, Daegu is a huge hitter's park with the easiest place to hit home runs in the entire KBO. As far as Samsung's pitchers. So Harado, quality starts king himself, 6 innings every single game. Against Hanwha, he had a 0.64 ERA. He was 2-0 in 2 games, a 0.64 ERA. He gave up 1 home run. That was the only run. Won Tae-in, on the other hand, well, against Hanwha, he was 3-1 in 4 games with a 3.20 ERA. So again, the pitching matchup definitely favors Samsung. Another thing to really talk about is Samsung is much, much, much better offensively in Daegu. Diaz, for instance, Diaz is completely different at home versus on the road. Diaz, 34 home runs at home, 16 home runs on the road, despite playing 71 home games and 73 away games. Because the KBO, you do 71 home and then 73 away, and then the next season you flip where you do 73 home and then 71 away. So despite playing 2 more games on the road, he had half as many home runs. So that is a massive, massive thing to think about. Moon Dong-ju has had some issues with home runs given up too. So it is a very, very different situation. Diaz would have had 2 home runs today if the monster wall wasn't there. Those would be home runs in Daegu. So Samsung definitely has the advantage. The one thing that you can't talk about enough, though, is the fact that Yuhan Jin is Yuhan Jin. How will he pitch once he comes back to the playoffs? How will he pitch once he's back in the playoffs? That's something that is difficult to think about. So the other thing is, again, Hanwha, their young relievers pitched well today. Their young relievers did really pitch well today. Wang Jun-saw, Jung Woo-ju, and Jo Dong-wook all pitched well today. That's something that you had to think about. They do have other guys that are also young: Ito Yoon, Wang Young-mook, and then Moon Hyun-bin, No Shiwon. All those guys are really young. Ha In-saw is young, but he's not going to get to play unless it's a big game like this. So Hanwha is really in a bad situation with a 1-1 because of the pitching matchups coming up and the fact that Samsung is so much better in Daegu. It could be 1-1. It definitely could be 1-1, just like this series was 1-1. It could be. It's possible. But if you're looking at the numbers, it definitely looks like Samsung will be able to win another game in another series in 4. But hopefully this goes to game 5 again for strictly personal reasons. I would like to have the Korean series start on Sunday instead of Saturday. But that's it for me. I will not be streaming the rest of these games because I do have to work. I can only do the Saturday and Sunday games until the Korean series. I took off the last week of October just because I thought it was the Korean series. So I'll be able to stream the Korean series for you. I won't be able to do the rest of this series. There is no rain in the forecast at all. So should be no more rainouts, but I will be back either Saturday or Sunday next weekend for game 1 of the Korean series, whether it's Saturday or Sunday. Keep an eye. I will If you have subscribed or not, please subscribe. If you have, go ahead and make sure you like the stream. But I will also put up polls each day for game 3, game 4, and then any updates based on the Korean series. I'll make posts on those in the community tab. So very simple. Thank you guys for tuning in. And as always, until next time.